Hello, my lovelies. Thank you for joining me in this practice where we're going to move gently towards our sleep. So you won't need any props, just bring yourself, your mat, or if you want to practice on the carpet, you're more than welcome to do so. It'll be a short session where we just gently ease and stretch open the body and then finally come down into a bit of a resting position. See you on the mat in just a moment. So we're going to start this practice today in a lovely child pose position. You can widen the knees a little bit to give yourself a bit of space, to let the belly either come through or the hips to open or the sacrum to feel a little bit more space. You can always keep the knees together if that feels better for your body. Do what really serves you here. We can walk the arms forward, either dropping the elbows down to the floor or maybe bringing the forehead to the forearms. And just rest into this child pose position. Today's practice is really about unwinding and bringing ourselves towards our sleep, towards our rest for the day, especially if you've been very busy. Maybe you've not really had much chance in your day to actually move your body in different ways. Maybe you've not had much opportunity to actually tap into the body and to know what the body might need. So as we prepare ourselves, we move towards sleep. That's our intention for today, and it doesn't mean that at the end of the practice you have to go to bed, but it's preparing ourselves for that final rest of our day. So we're really focused on more of a parasympathetic nervous system experience, meaning I encourage you to elongate your exhalation, lengthening the exhale out through the nose or through pursed lips if you need that extra push with your breath. Our exhale is connected to our parasympathetic nervous system, so it helps us to then relax. So using this breath here to encourage more relaxation throughout your body. We'll take one more breath in child pose. And then slowly lengthen the arms out in front. We'll shift the body into a tabletop position. And just have a little explore. Maybe cat-cows. Maybe moving around on the wrists. Moving the head, the spine. Move your body in a way that you maybe haven't done today, or that your body is asking for. You can be compassionate and kind to the body. If you're working with illness or pain, you can work through that rather than having to constantly fight it. Take another breath here. And you can either tuck the toes and shift into a downward facing dog, or if you prefer to come back to child pose, you can. If you're in down dog, again, welcome in some movement. It's a great place to access into the backs of the legs, the feet, the toes, pushing through the hands. And we're also going to allow the head maybe to just yes, yes, no, no. Release the neck. We've been holding our heads up all day. Give it an opportunity to relax and let it go. Good. Take another breath. Moving around slowly, elongating that exhalation. Okay, we're going to drop the knees slowly back down into the earth. And we'll step the right foot to the outside of the right hand and come into a bit of a lizard lunge, exploring into the hips, into the spine. Little gentle movements here. Where does your body feel it needs a bit of attention? We can push back into that half Hanuman variation, straightening into the front leg, and we can play coming in and out of it. Good, taking another breath here. Remember that long exhalation. Good, we're going to slide the right leg all the way back behind us and sweep the right arm over into a lovely side stretch, expanding that side of your body. If you want to move this again, you can, playing. Or if you just want to stay still, you can also stay in a still position. As we start to come to the end of our day, you might find that you have very limited energy. Or you might find that you have lots of energy you will still want to burn off before you come to your rest. Good. Take another breath here. Then bringing the right hand, the right knee back down into the earth. We're going to lift up the left arm and twist up towards the sky. And then scoop that left arm underneath the right armpit into a twist here. And you can play by coming in and out of this position, up and down. Or you may want to hold the position in the twist and maybe pick up the right arm. I want to give you lots of options so that you can really attend to your body's needs. Your day may have been very different from mine. So you might be bursting with energy and needing to move quickly, or exceedingly tired and needing to move super slow. Just feel into what the body is asking for. Let go of it having to be perfect alignment or a deep stretch. Okay, we'll come back to tabletop. Come back to our movement in cat-cow. Or wiggling around the spine. Spine loves movement. So any movement you offer your spine, it will love it. And as we're going to come into a sleep for the rest of the evening, you're probably going to stay in only a couple of positions. So get some of that synovial fluid to move around each part of your vertebrae, part of the joints in your spine. We'll tuck the toes and shift back into downward facing dog. You can always come into child pose if you need that rest. Moving around if it feels good for your body. Exploring all the areas of your body that are asking to be explored. We'll take another breath. And then making our way back down onto the hands and the knees. The left leg is going to step to the outside of the left hand. And we'll come into that lizard lunge where we can move again. You can play with movement back and forth. So you can come through the half Hanuman. If you're very tight in your hips or your hamstrings, just move in a way that feels nice rather than torturing yourself. We're about to come into our rest for the rest of the evening. You don't need to then go deep into every pose. But what I like about evening practices as opposed to morning ones is, generally speaking, we have moved a lot throughout the day, or we've been awake and we've warmed up. So we tend to be a little bit more supple. So you might find that there is deeper ranges of motion for your body than there would be really early in the morning. Good, this left leg is going to sweep all the way back to the back of your mat. The left arm will travel over the head, and you can just stay in this lovely side stretch here for a moment if you really want to explore that expansion all the way down the left side of your body, from the fingers to the toes. Or you may want to move it. You may need to close and open or lift and lower. I don't know, have a play if that's what your body really needs. Take another breath. We'll come back onto the hands and the knees. And we're going to lift up the right arm, twist. Thread the right arm underneath the left armpit. And again, you can stay here, maybe explore the left arm to raise, or you can keep moving in and out of it. Keep checking in with each part of your body as you move. Or as you start to become more still. If you're feeling sleepy, really tired or lethargic, you can allow that to be part of the practice. We don't have to be energized. Similarly, if you're feeling very energized, you do not have to then become really relaxed and calm. You might need to burn off some of that energy. Good. We're going to come back, tabletop position. And then step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Left foot steps to the outside of the left hand. And we're going to come into the squat that works for you. I'm going to sink into Malasana, a low squat. You might need to be a bit more active here if you're working with knees. You might actually want to be more active a little bit today anyway. And we'll just move around so we can move in our squat position. You can lift the heels. Don't be too rigid with your body today. If you want to round the spine, let the spine round. If you want to lengthen the spine, lengthen the spine. Feels like a very monkey-like pose. I love this sort of position. Squatting and really helps open up the lower back and the hips. So you can explore your body's ability, what your body has to offer today in this moment. It might look different tomorrow or in a month's time. Good, so we'll start to turn the toes to face the top of the mat. Lengthen the legs out into our Hanuman, forward fold. Standing forward fold position. Again, you can move, you can bend and straighten the legs, or you can simply just allow the weight of the upper body to pull down to open up the back of the body. Breathing softly. Then we'll curl up by pushing down through the feet. We're curling all the way up through the spine, really gently, slowly. Make sure you don't do this too quick, that you feel dizzy as you round up. We can lift the arms up to the sky, take a lovely big stretch. The palms can connect together and draw the hands down towards the heart center. Take an inhale. And exhale, either a sigh or blowing out through pursed lips. We'll tuck the chin to the chest, release the arms, and start to curl all the way back down. You can soften your knees, or you may want to keep your legs straight. All the way back down to that forward fold. Again, you can let the weight of the upper body expand the back of the body. Or you can move around if that feels necessary for you. Tips of the fingers can come into the floor. We'll lunge back with the right leg. Opening up into the hip flexors, maybe a little bit into the ankle joints. You can bring the knee over the toes. I'm going to place the hands onto the thigh. Just get an extra little stretch here for the upper body. You might want to lift the right arm. You may want to lift the left arm. Again, just see how much energy you want to put in. Maybe squeezing into the buttocks, support the lower back. And breathing here. We'll bring the hands all the way back down to the earth. Tuck the back toe and step back to the top of the mat into that forward fold. Curling all the way up by pushing down through the feet, slowly rounding to stand. We'll come up to standing, we'll sweep the arms up to the sky. Inhale, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Take an inhale. Exhale either a sigh or a sound, or breathe out through pursed lips. Release the hands, tuck the chin to the chest. We'll curl back down to our forward fold, all the way. Again, you can soften the knees or keep them straight, completely up to you. As we step back with the left leg this time into our low lunge. A low lunge that serves your body. You can stay with the hands down if that's enough. Or bring the hands to the thigh. Lengthen up through the chest. Maybe the left arm wants to lift. Keep the buttocks a little bit engaged. Maybe the right arm wants to extend. And just take a few moments to breathe here and feel that openness through your body. The hands will come down to the earth. Now here, we're going to slide the left leg back in. Turn the foot to the right and drop your bum down to the floor. If you have an easier way of coming into seated, please take it. That's just a way I find kind of useful for my body. And just crossing at the ankles or in a way that your body can sit comfortably for a couple of minutes. We're just going to drop the right ear to the right shoulder, stretching out the neck. Maybe placing the right hand, onto the left shoulder. And gently opening. To be nice and gentle here. And you can move the chin down towards the chest and up towards the sky. Maybe down towards the chest, up towards the sky. Down towards the chest, up to the sky. Back to the center. Release the hand and travel down to the chest and over to the other side. Left ear, left shoulder. Left hand just taps or placed gently onto the right shoulder. Maybe start to drop the chin to the chest and up to the sky. To the chest, to the sky, to the chest, to the sky. One more time. To the chest, to the sky. Back to the center, release the hand, travel all the way down. And you can pause here, chin tucked to the chest. Maybe interlace the fingers behind the skull and let the elbows just drop in. Feeling the back of the neck and in between the shoulder blades, getting a little bit of a stretch here. Lift the elbows out wide. Good. And release the arms. Now we're going to take the right hand and place it kind of underneath the collarbone on the left side. So we're pushing slightly down. Then going to lift the chin up towards the left corner and tilt the head slightly over towards the right side. You just want to stretch going through the front of the throat into the SEM, sternocleidomastoid muscle. And you can move the head around a little bit. This is great if you spend a lot of time at a desk. I love this one because it works into the thyroid glands as well. Good. Coming back to the center gently and just swapping hands. So the left hand comes over to the right side of the chest, just underneath the collarbone. Push slightly down. Lift the chin up to the diagonal right corner and then drop the head slightly over. You'll feel it straight away. It might be slightly different for you. You might need to move the hand a little bit to a slightly different place. As you move the head around as well, you might find certain locations that feel much more intense than others. Good. As we come back to the center, just let the head just very gently roll on the axis. And go one direction, and then go the other. Just kind of let it like bobble around. You can feel the brain just rolling around in the skull. Coming back to the center, we're going to take a bit of a lion's breath, but all I want you to do is stick the tongue out and make sound to relax the jaw. When we're tense and we've had a hard day, we tend to clamp the jaw. Lion's breath is great for letting all of those muscles relax. So we'll inhale, stick the tongue out. Good, and again. Inhale, tongue out. Let the face just do what it needs to do. One more time. Inhale. Fantastic. Coming back up. You might feel a little tingly in your face. It's like, oh, yeah. And then we'll make our way onto the back. Slowly coming down onto the earth. You can use the hands to guide you in. Drawing the knees in towards the chest, maybe making little circles, same direction, to massage out the sacrum. Classic problem area for our bodies, sacral area. It feels nice to get a little bit of love before we go to bed. Okay, then we're going to let the knees drop to one side. It doesn't matter which side, we're going to go to both. You can go all the way down. If you're lucky enough to get a crack, lucky you, maybe gazing over towards the hand that is extended behind. Come back to the center and we'll roll over to the other side. Let the knees just flop, reaching. Oh, I got a crack, lucky me. Coming back to the center, and we let the legs go straight up to the sky and just give them a little bit of a shake. You spent a lot of time with your feet below your heart. This is a great way to end your evening. Legs up. So we're just shaking them out. You want to let them float up there, you can let them float. Or you can keep shaking. The shaking feels really good for me actually today. And then ground slowly the soles of the feet into the floor. Constructive rest pose. Maybe place the palms to the abdomen, the pelvis. And just follow your breathing, your natural organic rhythm of your breath. I'm going to leave you here to breathe slowly for as long as you need to. Taking time just to look after your body before you make your way towards your sleep.